6:30, and we have a quorum present here on this cold Monday evening. As stated in the notice of regular meeting, the board may convene into closed session at any time they deem necessary under any applicable provision of Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, including the provision permitting closed session consultation with legal counsel. The board president may elect to address any item listed on the agenda in any sequence. Keisha Richardson will be leading us in the pledge.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Dear God, with the change of weather, we're reminded of your control. We just thank you for your love and mercy that you show us on a daily basis. I just pray for tonight that you will be with the board, that you will be with these folks that are here this evening, and the children that are being recognized. I just pray that you will just continue to work in each of our lives as we go through the day. Just bless this time, be with us this evening, and bless the staff and the students as they go through their school the rest of this week. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Was there public forum? No public forum. We are going to change up the agenda slightly. Dr. Levette would like to have a couple of announcements.
Thank you, Ms. Merkel, members of the board, and audience. Normally our announcements are at the end, but we have a lot of exciting things. There's a large crowd here tonight, and I wanted to be able to share some of the great things that are happening here while we have an audience. So just a couple announcements. This past week we had College Week and Spirit Week at all of our campuses. We placed a sheet at your table outlining each one of the things that the campuses did district-wide last week. As you know, normally on Wednesdays we have our college day, and so last week was every day was college day, and we had a lot of exciting things that happened, from door decorating contests to fight songs being recognized, fun facts about colleges, pennant decorations. We had college tips of the day. We had mascot quizzes at our high school. So the campuses did a great job. The teachers really bought into that. And so I wanted to recognize, Jackie Simmons is not here this evening, but I wanted to recognize her, and as well as the campus principals, for their outstanding effort during College Week. One of the focuses of last week was the PSAT. So last Wednesday, we had 1,032 students take the PSAT, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, and 11th grade. So we had 1,032. That's an outstanding number for a district our size. The other thing is, we talked about special education softball, and that it was canceled last time due to rain. It's rescheduled for this October the 20th at our softball field. It was still 8:30? Okay, 8:30 at our softball field. We have some exciting things coming up. On the 26th, we have our first district home football game, and that's our whiteout. We've been working with the sports boosters on that, and so they've designed a shirt with our students. And so on October the 26th, our first district home game against Gonzales, and it'll be our whiteout. I'd like to commend Mr. Garza and Dr. Wood and the principals. I challenged them coming in. So at the beginning of school, students that were here last year but then don't return this year, they're called beavers. And then if we don't know where they go, they're called no-shows. And oftentimes, sometimes there's not really good processes for that because you're trying to take care of the kids that are in your school and bring right there. And so those are called leavers and no-shows, and they really can trip you up for accountability purposes. And so I am pleased to announce to the trustees this evening that our principals and their staff did an outstanding job, and we have 100% of our leavers and no-shows accounted for. And so it really is a lot of, they have to track every single student and account for them. And so it's an outstanding effort on their part. I'd like to commend the board. I know that you all know that we had a Texas A&M cohort. That's our staff that is going through the Texas A&M cohort for working on their master's degree, and the board provides a small stipend for that. We have 5 students from Vernia, 4 from Floresville, and 3 from East Central. These are teachers working on their master's degree, and I teach that class on Wednesday nights. This is my last Wednesday. I love teaching it, but I'm definitely looking forward to having Wednesday off. But it's been really good, and I think it's a great commitment on the district's part to continue furthering the education of those. And then finally, we have district champions in tennis from this past week. We won district, and also boys cross country took first place. Girls cross country took third place. The boys 9-time district champion in a row. Girls 25 years in a row qualified for the regionals. We finished first in boys cross country in the JV, third in girls, and then the boys 8th grade girls got second. Girls got third, and then 7th grade boys didn't have enough to qualify as a team, and 7th grade girls got third. But we had a lot of our student athletes compete, place, and many of them got their personal records. And so we just have a lot of outstanding things happening, and the students, and I wanted to have the chance to recognize them this evening.
Thank you. That's all really good information. We're going to start out tonight with our recognition of our student authors.
Dr. Lynette, Mrs. Burkle, members of the board. We are privileged and honored to introduce to you tonight several young esteemed authors in our group. So I would like to introduce first and foremost Ms. Helen Hubert and Ms. Paula Watson, who is going to present our young authors.
All right, good evening. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to do this. We have a handful of exceptional 5th graders, just like Dr. Wood said, true authors, exceptional authors, illustrators. We have a few characters as well, and they're here tonight. They're gonna be the ones to speak a little bit about the process, about the book, and share that timeline with you in detail. So let's go ahead. I want to welcome them up. Let's give them a round of applause. And what's so neat about this, I've met with this group now twice to prepare for this evening, and a few things they were going to say. And one of my questions to them was, is there anyone who does not want to say anything? I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but I would love for everyone to say a few words, and not one hand went up. So not only are they very talented writers, but speakers as well, and you're going to see that. So congratulations to all of you. But before we get started, I also want to give a warm shout out to the parents. I wish I could look at you as I'm speaking, but we really do appreciate what our parents do. We oftentimes talk about the importance of expanding the classroom and expanding the opportunities outside of what we do and teach every single day. And to those parents, thank you for doing exactly that and giving them this wonderful opportunity that we see them take this into the classroom and just set great examples for their peers and for everyone on campus. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to try to actually pass the mic.
Hi, my name is Briar Crane, and I was a character in this wonderful book. And first of all, before we start, I'd like to thank all of y'all for coming. And last spring, we had a handful of 4th graders, now 5th graders, come and write this wonderful book. And I'm going to have my friend Jenna here come tell you what it's about.
Hi, my name is Jenna Teller. I was an author of this book about Casey Lacey. I think this book was about that you need to think before you say and treat others how you want to be treated. This was such a great opportunity for us, and I'd like to thank everybody for supporting us. Now presenting Audrey Lepaka.
Hi, my name is Audrey Lepaka, and my favorite part of the book was the part that me, Jenna, made up. It's Professor D's classroom, and Professor D teaches breedology, which is the art of mixing 2 animals to make one. So a monkey can have duck feet in the end. And okay.
Hi, my name is Brooke Deaver, and I was one of the authors of this book. And this book meant a lot to me because not a lot of people get to say they have written a book. So now I know that other kids like me know that they can be just as successful.
Hi, my name is Keegan Gully, and I am one of the authors of this book. The past spring, we started by creating the book Casey Lacey. This book means a lot to me because I was able to write and create with my friends. Hi, my name is Avery. After we started to create the characters, we had to develop a setting. Being a part of this book meant that I could achieve my goals. I also love that I get to inspire other people around the world.
My name is Kaylin Good.
My name is Clayton, and we're here to talk about the 4 characters one of the 4 characters in the book.
We wrote Mrs. Smith, and this is our thinking process.
We mixed our personalities with the book. We are funny, happy people.
We were going to do a teacher that teaches mythology, but that sounded too hard to understand.
So we let her teach peace, love, and goofiness. The person who played it was Madeline. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to thank you all for coming and supporting us in this process. This book really means a lot to me personally because I now realize that we have inspired other kids around the world that they can do anything they put their minds to and accomplish whatever dreams they have. It was great to be an illustrator of this book because I get to show the world what I love to do. And I will hand it over to Landry. This book really meant a lot to me to be an illustrator because I get to express my creativity and that I now know that I may have been an inspiration to so many people worldwide.
And I actually want to welcome Sherry and Carmen. Carmen actually is the one who got them all together, and she's the one who actually produces the book and has done many books. So, did you want to say anything about it, or?
Just want to thank all of you guys for showing such amazing support to this group. They have worked really hard, and to have their community behind them will further empower them to go on in life and do more great things. So thank you guys all very much for doing that. And you kids are great. I get a couple more, we have a couple more outings to spend time with them, but you guys are really special, and you'll be a group that I truly never forget.
This is for you from all of us to thank you for supporting us while writing this book.
Okay, aren't they wonderful? Give them a round of applause.
Right here. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Perfect. One more. Awesome. Good. Incredible. Anybody else? Hold this smile. Rockstar's got a smile. All right. Thank you. Great job. Great job.
Thank you all, that's terrific. Now we're going to move on to the discussion and report items. We're going to start out with the District Improvement Plan report. Dr. Wood.
Once again, that is the end result of all work, right? That is what we're here. Okay, this next agenda item is actually going to take care of 2 agenda items, both the district improvement plan and the campus improvement plans. This is a requirement. It's a BQ legal requirement. This is also a discussion item only. We will come back to you in November as an action item. With this presentation, this document that you have was actually created by the DIC, District Improvement Council. Here it's referred to as the EEIC, or Educational Excellence Improvement Council, lots of acronyms. This document was created back in the 16-17 school year and taken forward to be the District Improvement Plan for 17-18. We did not find documentation that this document was ever brought forth. So we are honoring the work from that committee. It's quite a lot of work. The document is close to 90 pages long. When you have the campus improvement plan, the district improvement plan, the needs assessment, and all of those pieces. So we're proposing moving forward with the 17-18 document as our document for this year, and I'll explain to you our plan moving forward. We do want to begin with the strategic planning process, which is the reason why we're moving forward with the 17-18 plan for this year as the 18-19 plan. There are 5 goals and there are 44 performance objectives. So I'm just going to briefly touch on those. Again, to do this process well, you want to start with the strategic planning process with a committee. The most recent strategic plan that we have was from 3 years ago. So we are proposing moving forward with a new strategic plan. From that, we'll cascade to our district improvement plan, our board goals, our campus improvement plans, all of which will cascade to our department plans moving forward. So goal number 1, I'm just going to hit the highlights. This is not going to be a long, I'm not going to read these, I promise. Goal number 1 is student growth and success. Just to hit some high points, this is really about making sure that we exceed the TE annual requirements for our student progress, that we increase our master's level performance. Again, we have the new A through F accountability system, so the language is a little bit different. to improve or maintain all PBMAS indicators, which is a special education performance indicator, increase both participation and performance in dual credit, dual enrollment, which is the on-ramps program, and increase English proficiency for our non-English speaking students. There are also a number of requirements that are just compliance pieces in terms of supporting migrant students, working with Region 20, and those pieces there. Goal 2 is quality learning environment. And again, this is making sure that we have a quality response to intervention system for academics and behavior. Increase student attendance rates, increase the use of teaching strategies to boost student engagement, and then making sure we have technology applications, both hardware and software in the classrooms. And then, of course, the compliance piece about the planning requirements. Goal 3 is about having engaged educators. And just to hit the high points, there are 8 performance objectives here. This is about providing professional development that's both meaningful to our educators, it's responsive to student needs, our data. This is about implementing employment practices to attract and retrain some of our advanced academics courses so that those folks have the certification necessary to teach those classes. Continuing to implement T-tests, which we now have the student growth measure piece. Having a mentor program for our brand new teachers just out of school. Continue to work towards 100% highly qualified standard for teachers. Decreasing the teacher turnover rate. Excuse me? Per year, that's the way this is written, yes. Implement a recruitment plan to attract highly qualified educators for all vacant positions, and then having an applicant screening process to make sure that applicants meet our minimum requirements, but are also their best fit and fit with the Vernia portrait of an educator. Goal 4, community connections. This is about, largely it's about communication, having consistency in communication for both the district and the campus. Making sure that we have consistent communication with PTO and booster clubs, establishing fall and spring community ed opportunities, having enrichment opportunities, and then scheduling community and district stakeholder opportunities to share information outside of the school day. Goal 5, organization and operational efficiency. This is about determining and working on the cultural health of our organization, ensuring we have the infrastructure and resources for technology, ensuring that we maintain our superior first rating, which is our financial integrity rating, and then as required, that we meet all of our planning requirements. The reason this agenda item is actually addressing 2 of our agenda items is that all of these goals and objectives are in both the district improvement plan, and they're also in all of the campus improvement plans as well, appropriate to the grade level. Obviously, we wouldn't have dual credit goals for our primary and intermediate. So that's why this one PowerPoint addresses both of those. So again, we would like to continue to study our needs assessment with stakeholders and put together a strategic planning forum. We would like to engage in that strategic planning process to study our existing goals and objectives, to identify our priorities moving forward. We have a number of considerations, the new A through F accountability system. Some requirements for TEA have changed just in terms of how we measure student growth versus just passing a test, that sort of thing. We do feel the need to recalibrate some of the district priorities, goals, objectives moving forward. And then obviously those would cascade from the strategic plan, align board goals, align the district improvement plan, campus improvement plans, department plans on out. So we just are seeking alignment with all of those pieces. And so with that, it takes time. We didn't feel like we could change any of the goals or performance objectives that this committee put together 2 years ago. So we're asking for time to engage in that process and then come to you with a new district improvement plan for next year after we've completed that process. So, are there any questions?
I've got one. So in regards to current state, I mean, so where we're at right now, there's a lot of, what did you call it?
Performance objectives, there are
Yes.
44 of them.
Yes, there's lots of performance objectives, so trying to keep up with all of those and make sure that you've got plans moving forward. So do we have a good idea of current state where we're at?
Yes, it's, that's the very first part of this document is called our campus, or our district needs assessment.
Okay.
And yes, that document's about 55 pages long.
Okay.
And that, yes.
So based on current state and kind of where we want to go, we'll have measurable objectives, that, stuff that we can measure and kind of track throughout the year. Is it
Yes.
is it looking back?
No, it's looking forward.
Looking forward.
It's
So
definitely looking forward, yeah.
From
we-
a measurement standpoint, can you kind of see where we're going?
Absolutely.
With
Yeah,
the-
I think we definitely will measure student progress, always, student academic progress. We probably want to talk about measuring employee engagement and satisfaction with professional development, how central office is serving our schools, our students, our teachers, our principals, even in terms of operations, the effectiveness and efficiency of our operations department, and maybe having some metric to measure that moving forward. Obviously, I think 44 performance objectives, that's a lot. So just probably clustering those into some categories, some broad categories, I think would probably be a good way to streamline that process. That's a good question.
Then as you get into the campuses, they may be a little more specific.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're going to have very specific goals and objectives. So if the district goal is to improve, say, second grade reading by 2 percentage points, then obviously your pre-K, your kinder, your first, your second grade, they're going to all have goals that will align and stack up with that.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Again, this is just a discussion item. We'll come forward with as an action item next month. Thanks.
Perfect, thank you. Next item is the Inclusive Schools Week resolution. Ms. Oates.
Good evening, Dr. Lebat, Ms. Sparkle, and members of the board. You may recall that for the last 2 years now, the Vernia Independent School District has celebrated Inclusive Schools Week. It's typically the first full week of December. And we take that time each year to celebrate the achievements of students with disabilities, as well as to help grow the understanding of different learning styles and different learning needs, and make sure that all of our students feel welcome in everything that we're doing. The celebration this year, will be the week of December 3rd. So next month, we will be bringing forward to you a proclamation that we would ask you to consider approval for, proclaiming the week of December 3rd as Inclusive Schools Week in Vernia ISD, and joining us in on those celebrations that we have planned. You do have a copy of the proclamation in your board book packet this month, and we would ask again that you would consider that for approval next month.
Proclamation for 2019 instructional material allotment, IMA adoption members. Dr. Wood and Ms. Grubb.
There it is. Okay, we are coming to you tonight with the State Board of Education 2019 proclamation. The first step in the instructional materials adoption process includes the selection of a committee to be submitted to the Board of Trustees for approval. The State Board of Education is looking to adopt new materials for English Language Arts K through 8, Spanish Language Arts K through 6, spelling, English and Spanish 1 through 6, handwriting, yes, I said hand,
Believe it. It's back. K through 5, we're all shocked about that. English learners, language arts, 7th and 8th. Personal financial literacy, which is a high school social studies elective. And so Mrs. Grubb is going to review the process of how this committee was selected.